This is a vintage lifeboat ration manufactured by Peak Freans here in Australia. Now, as far as I know, this ration has never been opened before on YouTube or anywhere else. So this is going to be really exciting to see what it actually contains. Alrighty, let's take a bit of a closer look. It is a pretty rusted tin box which has been soldered closed. It weighs almost 1 kilogram and it's been painted in this olive green paint. Now it does have some writing on the front which states Life Boat Rations, which are biscuits, to Navigation Act requirements, Peak Freans Australia Proprietary Limited, and the contents weigh about 1.5 pounds. Peak Freans was an English biscuit manufacturing company who came to Australia in the early 1930s. They built a new factory in 1937 in Ashfield, which isn't too far from Sydney, which is more than likely where this ration was made. They remained on the site until the mid-1970s when Arnott's Biscuits took over the business and the site, and now it is a Bunnings hardware store. Now also on the front of the ration is the pack date. It is the 23rd of May. It looks like 19 something ends in an 8. It's a little bit hard to read. I'll put a bit of a close-up image of it so you can see, but it could possibly be 1968. I'm hoping there is a date inside the ration as well. Either way, the contents are over 50 years old. Now there is no other writing or anything written on the tin, nothing at all. Nothing but rust. Now we have to figure out a way to get inside and maybe try one of these ancient biscuits that are within. Okay, let's get into it. Alrighty, a little protection for the table. Now I've also assembled a few tools to assist in getting this lid off. First up we have a screwdriver. That's always handy to pry things off. And to melt that solder we're going to be using this small little blowtorch. Alrighty, let's have a bit of a look at this solder on the side here. You can see that someone's actually broken this off already. They obviously were curious to see what's inside, but they only got this lid off and they've broken both those seals. And you can see here we have some sort of tool. I have no idea how you would break that off. You know, obviously bending it with your fingers and everything whilst you're out in a lifeboat. But I have no idea how this tool will come in handy. But we'll try and get this off first and we'll see whether or not this blowtorch is going to melt our solder. Obviously we're going to burn through the paint, it's going to stink. Hey. Wow, I better open the window, hang on a sec. Alrighty, that was never going to work inside. We have now moved out to the garage where we can make as much mess as possible. I do apologise for the lighting and maybe the sound is a little bit different. But anyway, we'll soldier on. Now, we have pulled off this piece. I have no idea what this is for. I don't know whether this is for trying to get through the solder. You would think they'd come up with a better way. Maybe it has some other purpose. Maybe it's to open up a drink thing or something. I don't know. But anyway, if you know what this might be for, put it in the comments. And we've also upgraded our heat. So rather than using that blowtorch and having to inhale all those burnt paint fumes, we're just going to be using a soldering iron where we're going to be working our way around this edge and unsoldering it. This is probably going to take a while, so I'll probably do this in fast forward. Alright, here we go. We can see we're starting to melt the solder in this corner. Oh boy, this is going to take forever. Now I'm going to try and get this lid off as cleanly as possible without having to sort of end up bending it too much. Yeah, this is going to be real hard to get off without sort of prying it back as I go. The solder's just going to re-stick. Oh, wow. Oh, those biscuits are rancid. I can smell them already. least it was a decent seal, this solder, because yeah, I didn't smell it before, but yeah, you can see I've just cracked that little corner there, and oh yeah, doesn't smell good. Oh boy, this is not coming off easy. Alrighty, we're going to have to go back to the blowtorch. This is going to take forever. Oh, those biscuits stink. Yeah, this blowtorch is absolutely working perfectly. Stinks a bit, but yeah, it's melting all the solder rather than just little sections where the soldering iron was touching. Yeah, it's much better. Alright, last side. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, burnt them a little bit. This lid is very, very thin. All right, let's have a bit of a smell now the lid's off. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm trying these. Oh boy. Oh, even the paper's just falling apart. Get this other lot out as well. And nothing in there. That's a bummer. I was hoping there's going to be something written in there, maybe a piece of paper about survival at sea, or you know, anything interesting to read, a packing slip or something. But yeah, it looks like there's nothing. Oh boy, look at that. Yeah, these are definitely not consumable in any way, shape or form. All right. I don't think there's any saving this paper either. Alrighty, let's have a look at one. Oh, there we go, look at that. Obviously PF for Peak Freans. Looks like it's sort of more a grain biscuit. Wow, they look perfectly intact. Look at that. Have a bit of a smell. Yeah, they do not smell good. They do not smell good at all. Well, there you go. How interesting is that? And they're all totally intact. There's none of them that are damaged. This one's a little bit darker at the bottom here, except that one. There you go. See how many we have. So that's 35, so that's 70 biscuits in total. Alrighty, let's take a bit of a closer look at one. It is a wholemeal style biscuit, and it has, obviously in a nice fancy font, PF for Peak Freans. Okay, well, I guess that's about it. This video was a little bit more journey rather than destination. We covered off a little bit about Peak Freans' history here in Australia, and we also had to figure out how we're going to get inside that tin. And it was interesting to see the contents of this ration. I don't think anyone's filmed this ration opening before, so that was real interesting to see the contents, but they were definitely not consumable. Very rancid, and yeah, they really stink. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you do like these sorts of videos, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Drop me a comment, I would really appreciate it. Alright guys, catch up, see ya, bye.